Hello and welcome back to the Lincoln Loco 2. Today we've got some massive games for you. We've got Salford in League One. Coming up after that though, it's Tottenham Hotspur away in the FA Cup third round. We're in the money, boys. We are in the money. First of all, quick apology. No video yesterday on Monday, Bank Holiday Monday. There was going to be a video. I was out all day on Monday. It was Bank Holiday Monday here in the UK, so I was out all day cycling. And then I got back, planned to make a video, but thought I'll have a quick nap before I do it, just so I'm recharged. That nap turned into a few hours, and then I woke up at 10 to 8, which is 10 minutes before the video is meant to go live, but I hadn't recorded or edited or anything like that. So no video yesterday because of that. Hopefully, though, we're back on track. Video today as per usual. Tomorrow's an experiment. Thursday, Friday, usual videos, and then Saturday will sort of replace Monday. So you'll get a full week of videos either way. Secondly, thank you very much to everyone who congratulated me on getting a new computer. I don't know if that's the right phrase to use, congratulations, but thank you to everyone who acknowledged it either way and said, oh, you deserve it sort of thing. That's very kind of you to say. But we finally got one now, obviously, which is why you're seeing this full actual 1080p recording. This resolution here is 1080p. On my old laptop, I think it was just about 720p. So there is quite a big step up there already just for me looking at the stream. There's like so much more to see. Now, I meant to mention it last episode, but I didn't because I just didn't think about it really at the time. I was too engrossed looking at this stream. But a few comments also mentioned it as well. Obviously, my old laptop had a really small resolution, so you saw a lot less of all this. You didn't see all of this, but you could actually read what was on the screen. Now it's in 1080p, it's very difficult for you to read what's on the screen, I think. So we're going to do a trial. I'm going to turn the resolution down on this. And if it's better for you, if you enjoy watching a smaller resolution so you can actually read what's going on the screen better, let me know and we'll keep it like that for recordings. If not, we'll just stick with this. In between recordings, I'm going to play like this anyway because I like this. But for episodes, what we'll do is we'll go to preferences down here. And currently we're on full screen. 1080p. We can change this to whatever you sort of want, basically. 1280 by 768, that's what I was playing on before. So if we click to this, confirm that. Yes, let's change that. It looks a little bit weird right now, but this, in fact, it looks very weird on my screen. But this is what we were playing with on my laptop before. It doesn't look particularly nice, actually. It actually looks really blurry. I don't know if it's going to come across like this on the actual recording. It might do. It doesn't look too bad, but it just doesn't look as good at all, does it? Either way, this is way too small. We won't have it like this. We will make it a bit bigger than this. If we do settle for something, we might settle for something in the medium, like, I don't know, 1600 by 900. I mean, this could be a little bit more acceptable. Does this look slightly better to you? Would you prefer something like this? I think we may stick with 1600 by 900 for now. I mean, let me know what that looks like on camera, though, because we can change things up. This is just to experiment and see if it's any better for you. But for me, it looks a little bit weird. 1080p is obviously the one I want to use. But if it's better viewing for you, we will go to a smaller resolution. Either way, we're going to put this to a test now. If you did watch last episode, you can compare with this one. If this looks a little bit better and you can actually read what's going on the screen a little bit better, please do let me know. Since you were last here, last episode it was Crewe and Charlton, a 3-0 win over Crewe and a 2-2 draw against Charlton. Since then, we've played all of December's games. And the first one was the FA Cup second round. Now, we've never got past the second round. We've got here quite a few times before. And yet, in that time, we've always lost it. Mostly to non-league sides, which is quite disappointing. This side we came against Chesterfield from League 2. They scored an own goal, and that was the only goal of the game. A 1-0 win, which puts us into the third round against Tottenham Hotspur away from home. Tottenham Stadium now, 77,000. If they get half of that, we'll get such a massive windfall of money. We'll get so much money off ticket sales if they just sell half a ticket. So I'm very excited for that game. After that, we came up against Notts County in League One, beat them 1-0 with Admiral scoring the only goal of the game 2 minutes into it. So that was really good because County are a decent side this season, looking for the playoffs. We then played Rochdale in the Checker Trade Trophy second round, and again another 1-0 win. This time Mike Coates with the goal 17 minutes into it. We've got Burton Albion, who are top of our division in the third round, so that's going to be a very difficult game. After those games, though, the first loss for quite a while. This time it was to Luton Town. The first loss since Oxford quite a while ago now, so it was disappointing to lose this one, but Luton on the grounds of things probably were the better side in this game. We then had 2 draws in a row. Coventry up first, virtue of an own goal for us, basically. That gave us the point in that game. Again, Coventry probably the better side in that game. We didn't deserve anything out of it, I don't think so. We got very lucky with that own goal. We did, though, play very well against Burton. Burton, as I mentioned already, top of the table above us. So a 0-0 draw with them, I was very pleased about. They beat us on the first day of the season, 2-0. So to improve from that, I thought was really good. I was very pleased with that result. And then last time out, we played Colchester. Mark Hunter scored a goal in the 15th minute, and then Mark Mason gets his first goal in 10 competitive hours of football, finally breaking his goal-scoring drought in the 29th minute to make sure we won that game 2-1. So pretty decent results in between episodes. It keeps us second in the table. I think we were there last time as well. Second in the table, 3 points behind Burton. We are 7 points clear of Blackburn and 9 points clear of Ipswich. Importantly, 11 points clear outside of the playoffs. So it's looking pretty decent as we go past the halfway mark this season. I'm pretty confident we will be in the playoffs again. Whether we end up in the top 2, I don't know. I don't want to jinx anything yet, but it's looking good. It's looking comfortable. Now, here is a test for your reading now. This is going to sort of decide if we should stick with this resolution or go back to 1080p or go for a smaller one even. You never know. You've got to tell me what you want in the comment section, so please do leave a comment. Now, we spoke about my contract a few episodes ago. The board wants to propose a new one, and I'm saying I'm not going to sign it unless you give me better training facilities and new facilities. Now, they've come back to me, offering me a contract 2 or 3 times since we last went to contract negotiations on an episode. Every time I've said, can you please improve facilities? And they just flat out refuse it every single time. My contract's up at the end of the season as well, and I'm getting a little bit scared that they're just not going to offer me what I want. So I may as well just take the contract anyway, because it's the Lincoln Loco. We're going to be here forever, whatever happens. So we may as well just take the contract and try and get new facilities later on down the line. So we're going to accept this current vision, and we're going to negotiate this contract. My existing contract's 1.1k. They want to give me 1.7. I'll take it down to 1.2k, just try and save a little bit more money for the club. We'll get rid of this compensation. We'll get rid of a promotion wage rise because I don't want my contract to go up if we get promoted, because again, I want to save the club some money. So I'll suggest those terms, finalise the deal, new contract organised with the club. In injury news though, we've had quite a few players out recently with viruses and colds. It's not been like metatarsals or ankles. About 5 or 6 players have gone down with viruses and colds over the past 2 or 3 weeks. So we have been limited with players because they've had to be sent home to recover from their colds and virus. But it's not really helped sending them home because players still keep getting infected. So it's not ideal. Either way, this is today's lineup for the game against Salford. We've got McClement in goal as per usual, but slightly rotated back, and it's not really rotated to be fair. It's only ever so slightly rotated because we've got a few players looking a bit tired. But Simpson, Richard Smith, Carl Smith and Asuko make that back line with Woodthorpe just ahead of him in that CDM position. Littler and Ramich in the middle starting because they've been pretty good recently. Robbins on the left, Hayers on the right, and Mark Mason starts up front because Peter Butler's currently suffering from a cold, so he's away still. Wade Ross not played well particularly in recent weeks, and Mark Mason has actually scored a goal more recently than Wade Ross, so that's why he's getting the start. Right then, kickoff is upon us here today, Lincoln versus Salford, and after last episode where we experimented with using the 3D and the 2D engine, I would say about 90% of comments said use 2D for the highlights and then 3D for the goal replays, and I think that's kind of what I'm happy with. I do like the 3D engine, it's really cool, but I just prefer looking at I'm a 2D boy at heart, like I said last episode, and I do enjoy getting a bit more of a tactical overview from a 2D engine. Seeing the goals in 3D is also like a bonus as well, so I think that's what we're going to go for going forward. Again, let me know what you think about this screen resolution. Now, personally, I do prefer the 1080p one, but I know for you, it's not the best viewing because you can't read things so easily, so I'm happy to make that smaller on episodes. But just let me know what you think. For me, it looks a little bit blurry. I don't know if that's just because I've reduced the resolution on this screen that's not designed for this resolution, perhaps. It might look absolutely fine to you. If it does look fine to you, let me know in the comment section. But if it does look a bit blurry or it doesn't look quite as high quality as you expect it to look, let me know and we might just have to switch to 1080p constantly, and I'll just zoom in on text if it's important text, for example. So that might be the solution. But please do just let me know, as Salford looking to come forward, score the header right before half-time. His first half's gone very quickly. We've been the dominant side, but Salford getting ahead through this corner here. The corner comes in and it's headed by the free man at the near post. No one else reacts to it. Salford go 1-0 up. Disappointing as well because Salford are right down in the relegation zone. So today, really, on paper, is a routine win. Second half, though, I'm expecting better, to be fair. I mean, we've had a little bit of a dip in form recently with the loss and the 2 draws, but the draw against Burton was a good draw, and of course we won the game after that. I fully back us to come back into today's game as Littler now on the ball, puts a great ball out to Simpson, and Simpson puts it back to Littler. Littler into Ramich. Ramich out to Robbins. Robbins back to Littler. We're just playing it around, toying with Salford right now as the ball goes across to Kane Hayes. Not the best ball, but Asuko can deliver the cross. He puts it into the far post. Robbins gets his head on it. Cleared only as far as Ramich hits the post. And it's somehow not gone in the back of the net there. The dominance of Lincoln United in this game is continuing, but it's just not working out for us as Robbins collects the ball on the edge of the area, plays it forward to Kane Hayes. Hayes puts the cross in, it's blocked. Robbins shoots from distance over the bar. If we can keep pressurising Salford like this, a goal is surely going to come. Still, though, we can't find a way through in today's game. I think Mark Mason's going to have to come off. Wade Ross will come on for him. Ramic looking quite tired out there, so Mel Goff is going to come on for him in that box-to-box midfielder position. Tempted to bring on Griffiths later on for Kane Hayes if nothing changes in the next 10 minutes or so, but I think Hayes is the better player and is going to cause more issues out there. But as his condition starts to drop below 70% now, with 15 minutes to go, perhaps it is time to bring on Leon Griffiths on that right-hand side of the pitch. 3 points today would be brilliant, but Burton, by looks of things, are also losing. So it's not too detrimental, but winning today would put us level on points with Burton, and that would be incredible. We've got 10 minutes. We're going to go push forward. We're going to go very attacking. We need to grab a goal now. We can't be losing to Salford. 18 shots to their 4 shots. We have outplayed them completely as they nearly grab a second goal. We've massively outplayed Salford today, but it's just one of those occasions where we're going to get FM'd, I think, by looks of things, although Wade Ross makes the interception, but nothing coming from it. 3 minutes of time to go. As we approach the 90th, there is a highlight. Hopefully, it's going to be for us. If we can just get a point even from this game, I'll be very pleased at this stage. But really, we should be beating Salford. With the amount of chances and shots we've had today's game, we should be doing better than this. Woodthorpe tackles, Robbins on the ball, coming forward. Imagine if we actually had a striker who could score goals. If we had a striker who could get more than 5 goals in half a season, we'd be top of the table by far. Unfortunately, we don't. Asuko, though, can put the cross in. Wade Ross, superb save, to be fair. Asuko with another chance to put the ball in. This time, it's cleared, and only as far as Littler on the edge of the area this time. I don't think it's going to be our day. We've had 2 really good chances cleared off the line, pretty much, or hitting the post as Griffiths can't get it in. I don't think it's going to be our day, but as I say, from 20 shots, 21 shots, imagine if we had a striker who was scoring 20 goals a season in this division. Imagine if we had that. We actually would be top of the table by a long way right now. So not the best result there. A 1-0 loss to Salford. I expected better. I expected a lot better. The silver lining is that Burton lost. But at the same time, we could have gone level on points with them if that was the case. And top of the table if we had beaten them today as well. It's disappointing. Wade Ross, though, has played 7 matches in a row where he's not scored. So, again, issues had there with the side. We have got Tottenham coming up, though. This is obviously, we're not going to be beating Tottenham. We're just showing this game because we're playing in the FA Cup round for the first time against Premier League opposition, and we might be in for a bit of a windfall of money, which is fantastically timed with the start of the transfer window. Wigan now wanting to buy Leon Griffiths. Now, this is another. Now, we can actually change this to end of the season. I'm going to restrict that to end of the season. If we've got the option to sell him at the end of the season rather than now, I will take that. He's valued at £89,000. I'm not bothered about instalments, especially with this kind of money. We will take 20k after 50 games, though. That'd be quite nice. Percentage of profit from next sale, 20k. 20% rather. That's good. If you offer me, I'd sell him for 150k. Well, any money, to be fair, because he's going to get into the season, I think. So if we suggest those terms, offer's been withdrawn. They want him now, clearly, I think. So that could be an issue. But if clubs keep bidding for him, and we can negotiate to sell him at the end of the contract rather than right now immediately, then I'm willing to do that. Alex McClellan, our goalkeeper, £30,000 from Bradford. No way is he going. I'm confident that McClellan is just about the best keeper in the league. He's been sick the past few seasons. He's not conceding many goals. He's kept in the top 5 clean sheets. He's kept in the top 5 conceded for the past few seasons. So I reckon he is one of the best goalkeepers in League One. So I'm not letting him go. 15 clean sheets, 13 clean sheets, 11 clean sheets so far this season with only 19 conceded. Why would we let him go? He is absolutely superb. Either way, it doesn't matter right now because we're playing Tottenham Hotspur away from home in the FA Cup. Now, just as a little barometer, we've got £847,000 in the bank right now. I reckon we're going to get at least £400,000 from this game, which is going to be mental for us. Now, I'm not too fussed about changing the lineup massively. We'll keep Mason up front. I'm happy with the wingers and the central midfielders. I think we'll bring on, though, Turiak at left back and Watts will come back on at right back as well. That's probably the full strength lineup that we've got. They're probably going to be the best players to play in this game. I reckon we go for it. Arguments for Melgoff starting in the middle of the pitch, but I do like Littler, and I think he is going to be the future of our centre midfield. He's got a lot of potential still, so it's worth playing him in today's game. But Melgoff will probably come on at some point as well. So here we are, kicking off against Tottenham Hotspur at their stadium, which is now 77,000 seater. Again, if they get half of that turning up to this game, we're going to be in for a lot of money from ticket sales because, of course, in the FA Cup, ticket sales get split 50-50 between the two clubs. Ticket sales from this game alone that come to us might just buy us a new striker, which is what we desperately need. First 25 minutes, though, have been very cagey by looks of things. We've had no shots to their 3 yet. This is the first highlight of the game now, and again, we've been undone from a set piece like we were against Salford. We need to do a bit of work on set pieces. Now, I'm not acting like I'm disappointed with this. Tottenham are going to beat us today. We haven't got a chance of beating them. We shouldn't really have a chance at all or any hope. Again, I think McClement drops the ball there, actually, and it's slid in at the back post. We just couldn't clear our lines. But Clement, actually, probably, after just praising him for being the best goalkeeper in our league, has just done that. A chance for us now, though. Mark Mason plays it into Kane Hayes. Kane Hayes trying to do something with it. Watts now loses possession. We couldn't quite get the ball away, and Tottenham looking to hit us on the counter-attack as Thompson gets it in, puts the ball into Richardson. He misses it, hits the post and bounces off McClement there. Cleared away. So we're still in with a chance of an upset. If we can get a replay, that would be mental. As half-time approaches, though, I am more excited to see the attendance of today's game as Tottenham's free kick goes wide the post. I'm buzzing to see the attendance. This better be a bigger attendance. I want a ton of money from this game. Like, this is the only reason I'm hyped for this game. I don't care about playing Tottenham. I care about the attendance that's going to tell us in a minute, and that is going to give us a lot of money. I'm already seeing the pound signs in my eyes. This is what we've needed. Imagine if we got an FA Cup tie against a Tottenham Hotspur when we were a non-league club. That would have been absolutely crazy, as that seemed like a comedy of errors for that goal to go in the back of the net. Let's watch it on the replay, on the highlight here. What happened at this stage then? So Tottenham do get the ball forward into the area. We sort of get an interception there. McClement saves it. It just bounces straight back to their striker who nods it over him in the back of a net. 2 goals they've scored. Oh my God. Forget the 2 goals they've scored that are a comedy of errors. 74,000 people have turned up to this game. I reckon we've made at least £1 million off this. And maybe I'm being a bit ambitious, but we have made a load of money off this game. Tottenham have got a penalty. I don't care. I'm seeing the pound signs right now. This is money central. I'm absolutely over the moon with this. I mean, Tottenham score the penalty. It's, again, McClement has been at fault for all 3 goals in this game. I mean, it's not reflected in his rating, but he definitely has been at fault. He dropped the corner. He palmed that into the back of a net, and he deflected the second goal back to the head of their striker who just nodded it over him. So, really, we deserve to be 0-0 at the moment still, I think, personally. But, you know, we can't complain too much because we are going to be in the millions after this game. I can't believe how many people have turned up to this one. The only issue is if Tottenham have only charged like £1 per person to come in, that's going to be pretty rubbish. But I'm surely they were charging at least 20 quid per person coming to this game. And if they have done, the money I can see is amazing. I tell you what, we'll get a few players on the pitch. They deserve to have a little run out there. Wade Ross, have a go on the Tottenham pitch. We also deserve to give Mel Goff a run out for Littler. And I tell you what, David Marshall, you can have a go out there as well instead of Richard Smith. So as expected, massively outplayed. 22 shots to 2 shots right now. We have actually had more possession though, surprisingly. 53% possession to us. That's surprising. I don't know how we've managed to do that against Tottenham. I'd expect it like 70-30 in Tottenham's favour, but I'll take that as a victory. It obviously shows our style of play, possessionally, is very, very good. We just need to work on scoring goals against Premier League sides. But we don't need to do that yet because we're still in League One. We're not even in the Championship yet, let alone the Premier League. So let's not focus on that. Let's focus on the money that we're going to be getting from this game. The clock's going to tick down. I don't care. I'm just more excited to look at our bank balance. Right then, here is the big reveal. We've lost the game, obviously, and things like that. Nothing changed in those final 2 minutes or so that I didn't talk over. We are on £847,000 before this game. We are now on 2 million. That is how much money we got from that game. 1.5 million we received from gate receipts there, apparently. Or not quite 1.5 million, because we did play against Salford at home before that. So we got a bit of money from them, but that is more than I thought we were going to get. That is a huge amount of money. This is now the most amount of money that we've ever had in our bank account, and that's just one FA Cup game. God, imagine if we'd actually won that and then got like Manchester United away in the next round. I'd have been on cloud nine. I'm on cloud nine anyway, because this is mental. This has changed everything for us financially. We're actually going to finish this season in the black rather than in the red, so that's very good. We've now got 2 million in the bank. That means we could probably spend a lot more on a striker this January. This is, although we've lost both games in this episode, it's been quite poor results wise. The main thing, the money, it's changed everything this episode. I'm so happy. So the next episode, we're going to go for Wimbledon and Lincoln City. We can't not do a Lincoln City game, obviously. So Wimbledon and Lincoln next episode. And then we're starting to get into that final run of games before the end of the season, where hopefully we'll be in the playoffs. Fingers crossed, we might still be in the automatics as well. So that'd be pretty decent. So an exciting run of fixtures through January to May now. It's going to be a big one. We could be in the Championship next season, all things going well. So thank you very much for watching today's episode. Keep watching to support us through the final push of League One. Make sure you subscribe and turn those notification bells on if you haven't done already. Leave a like on the video as well. That really helps me out. And I'll see you next time for the Dan vs Derby once again and some more Lincoln Loco action.